Yep. So Thomas Frank done onto Roberto De Zerbi. The man is a genius, football wise. But relationships and people, it's crazy because obviously football is played by people. For him to be able to, you know, be a successful manager, he needs to be good at coaching people. This is true. But it's also true that he has a hard time navigating difficult relationships, because I think in every workplace you're going to have relationships that are difficult with some people. It's very difficult to be in a situation where you get along with everybody really well and on the same level. That's uncommon. Just in any work environment, but especially in football, when you have billionaire owners, other people who are successful at what they do in the football world. And to have a manager like De Zerbi is a joy because he plays great football. He's one of the best in the game at thinking the game, getting his players to outsmart the opponent. But my man he reminds me of Antonio Conte. Less trophies on his side, but he's a bit Conte, he's a bit like Maresca. It's crazy because all three characters are Italian managers. But then you also have Carlo Ancelotti on the other side, who is an Italian man who's very mild mannered, very, very reserved, very, what's the word? Very warm, love of everybody, a company man. He's a proper company man. He'll never talk bad about his employers. But De Zerbi on the other side, and Conte and Maresca seemingly, they're not shy of challenging the powers that be at whatever club they work for. News came out about a week ago that he would be leaving Marseille and that it would be a resignation. They managed to keep him, or he managed to figure out a solution temporary to maybe get through that last Champions League game to see if they would qualify for the playoffs. And they didn't qualify for the playoffs, then had an embarrassing 5-0 loss to PSG over the weekend. Soon after that, man was deciding that it was time. The interesting thing here is obviously who Marseille bring next. And as an Arsenal fan, the interesting thing for me is like how that affects Ethan Nwaneri's loan at Marseille. Because the kid has played all of about 3 games, and now the manager he joined there for is gone. And I wonder if there's a break clause, which I didn't think there was, but if there's a change in manager, I wonder if that allows Arsenal to bring Ethan back should he not get game time. Whoever the new manager is, he's going to want to do his own thing. Marseille are sitting fourth in Ligue 1. And, they're looking good for another Champions League qualification for next year. They're not going to win the league because, let's face it, PSG runs that league. But the way that Ethan is going to do for the rest of this season is going to be very important to keep an eye on as a person who supports Arsenal, as also a person who is interested in the development of young footballers. And let's see how that one plays out, and let's see where De Zerbi ends up, because he's not going to be short of suitors as far as his footballing ideas are concerned. He plays some of the best football out there in terms of like brand of football. The only issue for anyone who's going to look at him as a potential candidate to employ will be whether you're looking for a long-term manager or not, because he hasn't proved to be a person who can stick around for longer than a couple of years or a couple of seasons in a place. Did well at Atalanta, did well at Brighton, did well at Marseille even, but my guy is never too far away from the sack. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out for him, but I like watching his teams play. Let's see how it plays out. Cheers.